So we're getting closer to the finish, guys. I want to congratulate you again. I got to continue to say that. This is some really high level stuff that you've been going through with the screen recordings, understanding how to write ads, how to even write content through each one of these sections. Now, I've provided some resources as well where, some of this stuff, I'm not going to lie to you, as far as writing content, I frame it for a lot of people, and then I go and use my resources in order to actually write the more comprehensive content. So I definitely invite you to use some of those resources in order to make sure that you can get the best product out there in front of your customer. Don't always try and do everything yourself, because again, it may not be your skill set, right? You may know your product, you may know how to frame it, but to put that in the proper context and make it sell, you may need some little help at. So that's where some of the top and funnel and mid-funnel processes and resources that are provided within the system can really help you excel and make sure that you're putting out the best product there, okay? But now that we're getting to the BOFU, right, the bottom of the funnel, this is really, really where you're going to start seeing your return on your investment, right? We're going to close that sale. And the biggest thing that you're going to actually do within these ads is you're going to ask for the sale, right? It's like buy now, buy here, buy online, right? Purchase today. Right? Those kind of language is what we're going to talk about within these ad sets because they've already been exposed to our product, they are aware of it, and then we even kind of reinforce that, right? We either did it through social or blogs or videos or something along those lines where we had, an additional outlet or additional person recommend the product or additional even value props are exposed within those in order to create that comfortability with your product and comfortability within their purchase, right? So the problem is at the bottom of the funnel, right? What if they haven't converted yet? Well, it's maybe because we haven't told them to do it. Literally, people, unfortunately, a lot of times they need to be led along the path, right? They need to be told where they can purchase your product online. Just because they read a blog about it or they see a video, it may not be clear where to go to purchase your product. So that's where this bottom funnel language is really going to come in contact. That's where you're going to contact them more with text ads, even the image ads that you're probably using or even the videos that are kind of in the process of closing that sale are going to be much more aggressive with the call to actions that are going to prompt them to purchase your product, right? Depending on how many touch points you've actually made with them, you may even include a special, free shipping, free return, something along those lines. But at the bottom of the funnel, the key point of everything and every piece of content that you're putting out is, hey, here's my product, here's where you can buy it, here's the value prop of it, and here's how much it costs. Okay, it's very, very simple as far as what the overall format is, and we're going to cover this more in depth as we go through the sales recordings that are basically attached with this, right? The screen recordings are really going to help you understand exactly what kind of language, even where you can put these ads and how you can target them, because a lot of this is based off of a targeted audience that you've already have. They already know your name, right? A lot of the bottom funnel content that we're going to be doing is primarily, honestly, it's around remarketing. Okay, you're not going to be doing a lot of keyword targeting that's not going to be backed up by a particular audience. And I'm going to show you that in some of the screen recordings that are attached within this section. But ideally, your ultimate goal at the bottom of the funnel is to close that sale. Okay, and then you have that second stage of it, which is we've talked about in a couple other videos as well, where you can increase the lifetime value and you can also expose them to complementing products. Okay, it may be that you sold them. One of my favorite clients that I have is they sell hair irons, right? But one of the things about their hair iron, it's a very, very high quality piece of, equipment. And in order for it to really work 100% and make sure that you're getting your optimal performance of their equipment, it's actually best to use some of their complementing products that were designed to actually give your hair more nutrients and more, vibe, basically, and more health, so you can actually use their tool. Because a lot of women know is that those tools, they can cause just as much damage as they can cause beauty, right? So in order to have the proper product and the proper systems to make that happen, it just gives your product the ability to provide additional value to them and get more positive word of mouth advertising out there. Because if you're making them happy and you're controlling that experience and enabling it to be a better experience, then they're only going to want to talk about it, right? And we all know that no matter how much money you spend online, no matter how much money you're spending on Google or you're spending on your display or YouTube, positive word of mouth advertising is still going to rule the day as far as impact. So the more we can do in order to increase the experience and increase the value of that customer experience as they go down through your funnel, the more likely they are to be able to talk about it and expose their friends to an additional outlets, right? And if their friends are better, then something we'll cover in some of the other sections as well is actually doing some more kind of affinity targeting, where you can re-upload some of those customer lists to retarget some of their friends that they're interacting with in order to make sure that you have a better target audience that's ready and receivable or ready to receive your product in a positive way. So let's dive into some of the screen recordings now, and we'll go into more of this strategy of what I'm talking about, of really closing the sale, asking for the sale, and how to positively impact them, and even some call to actions that are good examples of not being so forceful or direct, where you can actually make it more of a natural kind of organic nature in the sales process. So let's dive into those sales videos real quick and screen recordings to make sure that you really understand what bottom funnel contacting really is, and we can actually close those sales, wrap up the entire sales customer cycle, and put some money back in your pocket.